Israel Cancer Research Fund inviting me here to speak with you tonight. I am a 16-year metastatic breast cancer thriver. I'm excited to share my journey and why organizations like the ICRF are so important to success stories like mine. So we're going to start with a community breathing exercise. If everyone can please stand up. Put one hand on your upper chest, one hand on your diaphragm, and we're going to take a deep breath in together. So breathe in and out. The reason why we did this is that while cancer cells can adjust to low oxygen, healthy cells thrive in oxygen-rich environments. Everyone, please take your seats. So my breast cancer journey began in 2008 when I was in my 30s. Shortly after I was diagnosed, I attended a family event where the speaker said something that stuck with me. He said, "I choose life." And these 3 words became my mantra. 3 weeks later, my doctor called to tell me that the biopsy of my lungs was positive for breast cancer, meaning that I was now considered to have stage 4 or metastatic disease. So while she was talking to me, I thought, this is not my story, this is not how I'm going down. And this mindset helped me through some tough moments. At first, I was angry. I was a strong woman, a wife, a mom, a physical therapist, and I had a serious case of the why me blues. After working through that anger, I realized that I had choices to make. I read the book, An Anti-Cancer Way of Life by David Servan Schreiber. And he spoke about the internal terrain of your body and how to improve your immune system so you could heal. So the first change I made was my diet. I removed white sugar, flour, and dairy. And then nutrition has been an evolution for me since my diagnosis. I also fine-tuned my exercise and began yoga. While my kids were at their sports, and while I waited for them, I would walk and I would say to myself, cancer can't live in a healthy body over and over and over again. I meditate daily in the shower, it works for me, and it sets a tone for my entire day. I continue to read and learn how to nourish my body and heal. And organizations like the ICRF empower me to have options and choices. As I continued with treatment and all the lifestyle adjustments I made, I responded well with decreased cancer and mentally downgraded myself to a stage 2 diagnosis. And so I had choices to make in the medical side too, and I had 2 questions that I desperately wanted answered. 1, should I have surgery? And 2, when should I stop Herceptin? Which is a monoclonal antibody that binds to HER2 positive cells and was an essential part of my medical treatment. In looking for answers to my 2 questions, I met Dr. Dennis Slayman at UCLA, the pioneer of Herceptin, and he suggested staying on the drug for 3 years and then stopping. So I followed that advice and stopped Herceptin in 2011. A family friend referred me to Dr. Ben Park, Director of Oncology Research Lab at Johns Hopkins. He began by asking me a lot of questions. He did the most thorough exam, including assessing muscle strength, neurostatus, and range of motion. I was impressed. His kind and compassionate demeanor brought a level of calmness and trust. I asked Dr. Park my 2 questions, and his answers were, I don't know, and I don't know. He said, but there are some biased studies that all point towards extending life in the metastatic setting. And then he added, if you were my wife, I would tell you to have surgery. And that experience was the clarity I needed, and as a result, I had a bilateral mastectomy in 2009. Dr. Park, who asked to be called Ben, has been an instrumental part of my cancer story over the years. During one of the events we did together, Ben said, I want to personally thank Robin for lifting my spirits and making me believe even more that someday we're going to have a cure for every patient with breast cancer. And he said, I once told Robin, you are my success story. I tell a lot of patients about you. You haven't replied, you are my favorite physician. I tell a lot of people about you. Then I said, maybe we will make each other famous someday. To this day, I still text him when I have questions in the cancer world. So as a healthcare professional, I realized there's a gap between living well with cancer and the medical treatments associated with being diagnosed with cancer. I wanted to fill that gap. I've created a program that combines PT, wellness and nutrition coaching, therapeutic massage and acupuncture for people who've been diagnosed with cancer, whether they're newly diagnosed or years into survivorship. So, Dr. Ruth Peretz, who's received multiple ICRF grants, said, every day I think, what will we do if war starts today? I'm in northern Israel. Every night I go to sleep and wonder whether I'll wake up and go to work or wake up in the middle of the night and go to our shelter. We can't plan anything, yet we must keep moving forward, keep treating our patients, and keep doing meaningful research. These words hold a truth to how I felt in moments living with cancer. The beauty of research is that it leads to outcomes like mine. I'm grateful for Dr. Ben Hart, Dr. Dennis Slayman, the researchers at ICRF, and all the other scientists, oncologists, and nurses that work tirelessly to conquer cancer. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your evening.